All right, welcome everyone to the final match of this iteration of ANZT 13th Summer, where we have the two final teams duking it out for first and second place. Speed Builders on the left, consisting of Emmerich and Teta, have the winner's bracket side advantage, which means they only need to win one match here to take home the victory. Yo, on the other hand, coming from loser's bracket, consisting of Atkins and Emilbus, who had a fantastic match yesterday, a really strong 7-1 victory. To get to this point, they have to win 2 matches in a row to win the whole thing. Should be a fantastic matchup. Some really good players here. Casting this one is going to be, once again, bu1ld3, and I'm joined alongside, once again, by Lust. What are your thoughts here, man?
Oh, nothing but pure, unbridled excitement coming out of me at the moment. I can't wait to see this match, honestly. I think Team Yo is in for a very scary one, coming up against what is obviously the rank 1 player in Emmerich, but Teta also coming off of, I believe she's been performing very well in these past 2 matches of ANZT, so I feel like she's still in it as well. It's definitely a scary one for both sides.
Yeah, I mean, you look at like the finals stage and multiple weeks, right? It's kind of been the story of the Speed Builders team, which is obviously you have Emmerich. He's just generally going to be the best player in the entire tournament. But how far can Teta go while not really having skill cap issues? And it's just not really been a problem. I mean, Teta's been really hanging in there right behind some of these other, OWC roster level players. Now, obviously, this is the hardest pull by a good margin, so we'll have to see if that changes. But thus far, Teta's been hanging on. And realistically speaking, like, if there is a time to kind of, lose it a little bit, it's at the grand final stage when Emmerich is going to be able to show a skill cap. As Speed Builders double banning tapping, so banning out the stamina map and the pure speed map, probably targeting Atkins there. And Yo, banning out Gimmick 4, Gimmick 3, both Teta and Emmerich have performed extremely well on those exact spots prior pools, so Yo not wanting any of that business.
Not messing around at all, getting these picks out instantly. And these players excited to get into this match. No messing around coming out from anyone.
And man, getting straight into the gimmick too. So Speed Builders, Emmerich going for this barrel roll low aim pick. Hopefully your monitor is attached to a anti-clockwise gyro right now, so you do not get dizzy. Because that is going to be the test of this map, is staying on top of those streams despite the barrel roll. We saw Yo play it yesterday, and kind of all the players in the lobby had some struggles. I think it was Yo to come out on top in the end, but given the speed at which Speed Builders picked this, I'm sure they were well acquainted on all the gimmicks.
Alright, apparently we are down 2 players in the lobby at the moment, not sure why. Teta has just left the lobby and Atkins too. I'm not sure if they're just taking this moment to get a little bit of tactical plays in on the map. Again, it is grand finals, so no holds barred.
I mean, it could even just be a case of trying to quickly acquaint yourself with the rotation of the map. Did notice though, when Yo went up against Oive on this map, it almost felt like the players got worse the further the map progressed, which is maybe just them actually getting dizzy on, ironically, kind of losing their sense of balance in that regard. So I don't know if you necessarily want to overplay this map beforehand, but maybe playing it a little bit, just get familiar, will help.
Yeah, that flow aim with the barrel roll in the depth at the same time, it's absolutely brutal to try and aim it correctly. It's really, like, even just watching it from the side of casting, it makes me feel nauseous. I can't imagine what trying to play it would be like.
I mean, I've played depth on its own, and I remember playing a depth map for like an hour, and by the end I was completely toast. I was like, I cannot play that anymore. That alongside barrel roll, I mean, it's even tough to practice just because of that. But players seem to be in now. Once again, Emmerich and Teta up against Atkins and Emilbus for the victory. Starting off with this very unique gimmick too.
Now, we did see yesterday Boss Atkins taking this pick fairly handily over Drox and Zintex, so it will be interesting to see how Emrek and Teta fare against them. And we haven't seen anything out of them this week, obviously. But already starting us off, we will see Boss and Teta finding a few breaks already, but Atkins holding that SS and Emrek holding that FC as well.
Emrek with the break though, and now with Atkins being the remaining FC, an SS as well to boot. Atkins looking really confident right now as all the players have recovered. Nilbus finding another break, and now, with that chain miss and Atkins dropping as well, the score just went from a little bit of a favor to the side of Yo, now way over to the side of Speed Builders. And this is the kind of name of the game. Chain miss is going to happen so easily on this map, more than any other map in the pool, and they're just losing so much score after that good start. 20k now in the lead as Emrek is holding on to this 400 combo.
Emrek looking super comfortable. 99.4%. He does finally find that break loose, that big combo we had, but just running away with that score. Atkins, the only one coming close to him, but completely outmatching everyone else at the moment. 20,000 score to the advantage of Team Splitters at the moment. We do see that Bus break as well. Looking a little bit dire for Team Yo already. Bus does need to try and hold here, but he does find another break. Teta will match it, but Atkins, unfortunately, does find that break as well. Emrek will match it though, and there's no combo anywhere on the field now. Everyone's struggling to hold any form of combo as these brutal death streams come in. And this flow aim with this depth and that barrel roll just absolutely beating everyone.
Kind of what we saw the last time we saw this map being played. Towards the end, some of those really spaced death streams, catching out a lot of people. You're gonna need to try to hold on if you're Yo. This is Speed Builder's first pick, so expecting to see them be the favorites here. 40k now in the lead, and Bus losing so much score on that stream. Teta dropping a little bit as well, but Emrek still holding once again. Atkins trying to match, and look at the accuracy, 99%. From Emrek on this map. I mean, this is one of the things with these kind of maps is nobody is really practiced on barrel roll depth, right? Nobody is good at that skill set because nobody really plays it. So whoever is just the best in general at the game is going to be the fastest to kind of catch on. Emrek is showing that right now.
Just absolutely ridiculous from Emrek. 99.1% AC. And just so many large combos as well. Taking this very comfortably, 40,000, and they will take that first pick. Very good showing from Emrek there. Only 5 misses, 500 PP play.
Yeah, I mean 9 miss on this is just, 99% on this is just absurd. That is crazy. Atkins as well with a really good score. I'll have to check what he got last time because that feels like an improvement.
I believe that is a major improvement over his last score as well.
Oh man, yeah, like almost like 100k improvement. He got 233k, 92% last time. So really good improvement from Atkins. But yeah, just not enough when Emrek does something like that. And that might be something we say a couple more times as the match goes along.
We'll be seeing that top 1 coming up from the side of Team Yo. Now, as we saw yesterday, Atkins looked really decently comfortable on this one, and Bus no slouch either, so these hidden cut streams and scary doubles to go with. It's kind of a scary one to get into, really. Everything in this stage is scary. But Emrek saying that Gimmick 2 clicked with him for some reason, and I believe that might be because you are the best player to ever coach this game, but
yeah. Honestly, I don't know what wouldn't click when you're that level. But yeah, tap 1, expect to see a lot of similar picks from Yo from yesterday to today, even despite having a different opponent. I think a lot of their picks went into maps that both Bus and Atkins were really strong at. This map as well, being a tapping map, not actually super brutal on the stamina and speed check. It's much more of a hidden aim control, flow check. Not too bad on the fingers. So Bus certainly really solid at a map like this because of the hidden and control aspect. And a pretty good score last time. Leave 376k from Mealbus, 372k from Atkins, so two very balanced scores, both getting 8 misses, but still very, very tough to get any deep combo on this map. And the fear when you pick something like this, where, yeah, both players can get pretty decent scores, they have to hope Teta is not going to be super comfortable on it. There's always just going to be the chance of an MREC bomb, but that is unfortunately something you can't really avoid in any map here.
Again, two players down in the lobby, Emmerich and Ebelbus sitting in the lobby, as we do see Akinstetter joining the last few seconds. Again, I believe taking that time to just try and squeeze out the tiniest bit more practice. We see 4 ready ups now, about to get into this tapping 1 pick.
First pick for Yo. Decent amount of pressure here. Oh,
gonna see a bit of an abort action there.
Aborted. Oh, right.
Teta is on the incorrect innocence.
Fortunately, no surface were clicked. Nobody can be mad about losing an early intro combo. Getting into it for real this time. Yeah, as I was saying, first pick for Yo, so lots of pressure to try to win this map. You're up against a team as strong as speed builders. Can't really give them too many early points. Early break for Teta. And already Teta finding some struggles. The combination of not just the flow aim, the mechanics required, but controlling the hidden to boot. We'll try to recover though. Atkins finding an early miss as well. Right now, Yo is starting off with a pretty big score lead because of Teta just not really being comfortable. We might have finally found the skill cap of Teta that's been eluding for the entire tournament. Atkins finding another miss, and now it's a Mealbus versus Emrek for the remaining full combos.
I mean, Ebelbus looking incredible here. 99.6% accuracy. He does lose that act a little bit, but matching Emrek perfectly on this kind of map. He will finally find that break, but it is also
that
matched by
pattern.
Atkins and Teta. Only Emrek holding through that.
I mean, that pattern he just got through is like an unhittable pattern. I think basically everybody was commenting to that point, missed it yesterday as well. And this is where you have the potential of an Emrek difference. 37k in the lead for Yo, but if Emrek holds, there's really not much they can do, as he is trying to make the comeback with Teta finding some difficulties in this one. Only 40 seconds left, so
there's definitely plenty of time.
He's coming back. Remember, because of the no fail, the max score in this map is going to be probably a little bit over 500k, as Emrek is still holding Atkins and Mealbus, and Emrek misses right before he was going to take the lead, and Mealbus and Atkins now have a chance of keeping this on their side of the court. They just hold on through and don't find any chain misses. Oh, but the lead just went over! That was a massive chain miss from Atkins and Mealbus, and now Speed Builders take a huge 20k lead now towards the ending last few seconds of this map, and just like that, you'll lose it right at the end. They implode.
Right in the very, very final dying moments of that map, that score just exploding towards Speed Builders, and already we're going to see a breakpoint coming out from Team Speed Builders. And it's going into their pick as well. This is, I mean, what goes through your mind here? You've just seen, at the break, they would have seen how far ahead they were, and then to come out of that map down 20k, what goes through your head? What do you think Speed Builders pick next?
Oh man, that's an unfortunate loss. If they even just matched the score they got yesterday, they would have won that, by the way. I think, and they were on pace to do that. It was just that ending, man. That ending. really the only way you lose that is by getting all those chain misses. And now bu1ld3rs to pick again. Only gimmick left is gimmick 1, which is the AR right hidden. I don't think they're going to opt in for. But I'm curious to see where they go. I think likely Emmerich is probably going to ask Teta what she feels the most comfortable playing, and they'll opt in for some of those maps. So Emmerich doesn't have the full pressure. Can't always put up a performance like we just saw every time. Maybe just most of the time. But I'm going to decide here.
Yeah, I'm not too sure already what they should pick into, to be honest. We do see Teta is going to leave the lobby with only about 45 seconds left. Not even 30 seconds left. Teta has just left the lobby. I'm not sure if she's going to try and maybe have a look and see what she thinks would be the best to play, but
Could just be trying the map. I've seen this strat before. Emmerich might have decided how you feeling on whatever X map, and she's just going to quickly try the intro of it. But gotta decide fast, and it's gonna be tab 5. So I believe this was a map. I mean, this was played yesterday. I think Yo might have been the one to pick it. Actually, no. I think ANZT13S might have picked that one. But regardless, we saw Atkins take the hard rock on this, and bu1ld3rs take the hidden, as this is a free mod. Sort of flow aim map, lots of control-y sections, lots of really fast bursts in between, a little bit of an all-rounder type of tapping map with that free mod element.
Emmerich and Atkins, the only two in the lobby at the moment. Emmerich opting for the hidden AR 9.4. Atkins yet to decide.
Atkins had a pretty good time with it yesterday. I mean, both Atkins and bu1ld3rs had a really solid scoreline. bu1ld3rs almost breaking that 1,000 combo mark on the hidden. So honestly, a little bit surprised to see bu1ld3rs go for this, just because, you know, they see those scores, but this is likely going to be one of the maps that Ted is going to be pretty solid on. And as you said, I think Emmerich opting in for the hidden. I'd expect, if you're good enough at reading the density and that's not really an issue to you, you'd rather play on the bigger circle size and more forgiving OD.
bu1ld3rs also taking that hidden, and that leaves Atkins and Teta to take those hard rocks. So, interesting, we'll see the carry players taking separate roles.
It shows a difference of comfort in the mods.
That background.
Yeah, the skull. The skull eyes.
Already, we did see a break from bu1ld3rs, though, not a fake one. He did find one, but Teta has matched it almost immediately. Teta down on that accuracy quite largely compared to everyone else, though. 85%. bu1ld3rs finding another break, but already Teta 10% act down compared to bu1ld3rs alone.
Similar to the last time. Now keep in mind, the scoreline is going to be very weird for this one. That's because Emmerich, with the biggest combo on his team, has the extra difficulty adjust. So as you see this map being played, you kind of want to mentally double the scores of both bu1ld3rs and Emmerich. But we'll see the true score later. But just because of currently who has the combo, extra big lead for Yo. Emmerich, Atkins still holding, Teta finding another miss, and bu1ld3rs building on that recovery.
Teta once again finding another break and another one to boot, looking not too comfortable on this one, unfortunately. About 83% accuracy, and definitely looking far simpler for Team Yo on this pick at the moment. And this isn't exactly something you want to see coming out of Team bu1ld3rs. This is their pick. So to be losing a breakpoint this much.
Oh, there's the miss from Emmerich, and that's the opportunity Yo desperately needed, as Atkins doing some miracle work on this hard rock. I think definitely the harder mod to keep a combo on, as he's now past the 1.1 game mark, already outdoing his combo from yesterday by good margin. And he's just looking to clean this up, even despite the different mod weightings. I think Yo are winning by a lot here because of this Atkins score.
What is Atkins doing? Still full comboing. A minute 30 left in the map. He does finally find that break, but he's done some serious damage. I mean, comparing to the hard ref of Teta, over double her score, closing in on 3 times her score at the moment. And I mean, this is looking really dire for the side of speed builders at the moment.
Emmerich as well, not doing much better than Emil Bus, considering they have the same mods, just a little bit higher rack, had a bigger combo at the start. But as you said, the difference between Ted and Atkins on the hard rocks, potentially a bit of a mispick here, as we have about 50 seconds left of the map to go, barring a catastrophe. Chain missing non-stop at the end for Yo. They should be able to get a breakpoint here, which is what they needed after losing it just before.
We do see Atkins will finally drop again, but Emmerich matched him at the same point, and Emil Bus has found a break as well. Now Teta, the last of the combos on the board, but not too much really can be done here, unfortunately. I believe this one is going to be a fairly decisive pick for Team Yo, and definitely a bit of a mispick for Team Speed Builders.
As we approach the ending of this map, Yo winning by a pretty big margin. I think it'll still be over 100k even once you include Emmerich's extra score differential, doubling the DA. Yo, kind of, I mean, they're still in the ballpark of what they got yesterday. Atkins kind of rising a bit, of course. So maybe just a low roll from speed builders potentially. I mean, they saw the score and they still picked this map. Did not work out for them as Yo go into their second pick. Tap 1 didn't end up working out, but it was very, very close, just losing it at the end. I think it was a correct pick in the sense of it was something Teta was not super comfortable playing. And I think that's going to have to be their strategy going into a team like Speed Builders, is trying to find those maps where Teta isn't going to have the easiest time, which probably means, I would say, avoiding a lot of the more conventional aim maps. I'm going to go into the Control 3, so a 220 BPM, AR 9.6 hidden. Pretty dense map, some pretty awkward patterns. Still more of a, I would say, a mechanics map in the control pool.
Yeah, Q-Kurin is no slouch when it comes to a map. This map, difficulty a little bit deceptive as well. It does say it's only 7.4, but there is a lot of slider jumps in this map, and it is very brutal, completely unforgiving. Lots of tapping, lots of slider jumps. This one, I would say, is, in my opinion, one of the harder maps in the pool.
It's funny, I do remember ages ago playing a multi with Teta, and I'm almost certain she picked either this map or this exact song with a diff of a similar star rating. I think she played it decently well there. This feels like the type of map where Teta shouldn't be too bad on it. But this also might just be a case of Yo picking into something they're both really comfortable on. Obviously, Emil Bus is going to be pretty great on a map like this. Atkins should be really solid as well. But we'll have to see if this really does end up being something Teta isn't as comfortable on, like that tap 1 or that tap 5.
Are we going to see any misses on this very first stream? I think it might be a possibility we'll see a couple. Oh,
potentially.
we don't get to see it, unfortunately.
I don't think we saw. Judging from the combos, though, I do think Emilbus and Teta did miss on that stream. Teta finding another miss on that burst. The density and some of the awkward patterns already causing difficulties for Teta. And potentially, if they found another map targeting the hiddens for their picks, seems to be their strategy. As Emilbus basically FCing that early miss doesn't really matter. And Atkins, Emrek matching each other right now. Oh, unfortunate miss on the slider take from Emilbus.
Ted is starting to bring that back now, about 90% accuracy and like a decent amount of combo, but still very much down on the score at the moment. About 30k difference. Atkins, Emrek still holding those nice full combos. It's pretty different in the accuracy department as well, matching each other very well. But we will see a Teta slider break there, unfortunately, and that is going to make it a lot more difficult for the side of speed builders to try and bring that back.
I mean, if speed builders want to take this point, has to start with Atkins at least missing, because right now a little bit lower act than Emrek, but matching one that I've seen a huge break here to get really nervous as you see all the score lines if you're one of these players. Emilbus, man, over 50k over Teta. It's making up pretty much all the difference for the team.
Ooh, you see that Emilbus break. Unfortunately, losing that combo that he had, but again, Atkins and Emrek still full comboing here.
Atkins just not letting up, not allowing Emrek to take any miss. And a miss from Emrek. Atkins now the remaining lone FC, and with that, that pretty much diminishes all the opportunity speed builders had to try to get this breakpoint back for them. As Atkins still with that full combo and does find a break on that burst, unfortunately, but I think he's done more than enough.
Some serious damage done, 94k, and that score is still growing a little bit as well, so we do see another break coming out of Teta now. Not really too much can be done here. I mean, only 40 seconds left. 100k score deficit to try and bring back, wiring, complete putting down of their pens. I don't think there's too much that can be done on the side of speed builders.
Yeah, only chance it probably really had is if Emrek was able to go the distance and just actually FC the map. Did not happen. And Atkins on pace to get the biggest score of the lobby. As long as he closes it out. Good fashion
get
here.
Into this brutal tapping section here, and jumps as well. We do see a miss coming out of Atkins, Emilbus. Teta and Emrek both holding through it actually. Teta does find a break that last burst there, but Emrek holding through that entire ending. Very, very close to taking that score lead back from Atkins, but Yo will be handily 100k lead, take that one. And that's really good for Team Yo. Bringing it back 2-2 now.
Really, really good pick for Yo. Seeming like the hidden maps are potentially the route to go. And if that ends up being the case, you still have the aim 5 as an option. Gimmick 1 if they're feeling good on the AR8. Maybe some of the other free mods like Control 5 or aim 2. But Teta will probably just hard rock those. Speed builders though, now 2-2, lost their last pick with the tap 5. They have to try to find something else to convert on, and they didn't just lose the tap 5, they lost it, you know, by quite a big margin. So the momentum is well within the domain of Yo right now. They have to try to break that.
We are seeing the trending theme where Teta is sort of struggling on these hidden picks and cut aim as well. Where it's cut burst, cut doubles. Teta definitely struggle on that, so think Team Yo are going to take that to their advantage. Just pull out as many hidden picks as they possibly can.
If you're speed builders, where do you go from here? Maybe pick something in the lane of aim. Aim, though, a lot more volatile, but I think generally it's going to be something Teta will have a better time in terms of comfort. His aim being a more approachable skill set, even at these higher star ratings. But once again, they're going to go down to the wire. We're very, very decisive with the gimmick too, but have taken their time on these last two picks. 5 seconds, close to timing out.
Tap 4. Okay.
So staying with tapping, not dissuaded by that tap 5 loss. Going a little bit of a different direction this time. A finger control, high BPM speed map. Not as purely bursty as the tap 3, which is 286. This one being 260, but does have a lot more finger control in it. And Emmerich, I think this time, with how good Atkins is on this kind of skill set, Emmerich is going to need to perform here.
I mean, this Emmerich versus Atkins matchup right now, eerily similar to Bam Adebayo versus Kobe Bryant.
Yeah, Bam Adebayo and Kobe Bryant, 83 points versus 81. Two historically very similar players in the all-time GOAT ranking, for sure. Definitely no difference between them. You have to hope here for speed builders that Teta is feeling good on the tapping, because that's going to be a big difference maker. Look with how the laser scoring system works. AK is a big part of it. So even if Teta manages to get some combo, some of the AK issues she has at times still be very, very detrimental.
Yeah, I mean, I have no doubts in my mind that Atkins is going to absolutely shred this map. And Emmerich himself also should have a fairly good showing on the accuracy department. It's just going to come down to whether Teta is really able to do enough to try and match the act that Emilbus gets.
Yesterday on the DT3, you had a really good performance off the back of an Atkins 2-miss. Really, really big combo. I think converted to score V2, basically like an 800, over an 800k. So if he can do something like that on this map, it's going to be tough for speed builders in big here, but it is their pick once again. Pressure's on them as Yo is up 2 points back to back. Already see the finger control, these quads, these doubles, really, really testing the fingers at this 260 BPM. And Atkins and Emilbus both dropping, and now Emmerich and Teta have the early lead here. Still plenty of map to go though, so Emilbus and Atkins will slowly try to recover these combos. Emilbus finding another break and really struggling on the act department. Teta does find a miss, but is outperforming Emilbus on the act by a large margin, which is a question mark we had. Atkins building back up, and Emmerich with a break! So Yo now have a big chance here.
Emilbus unfortunately finding break after break here. We do see another Emmerich break though, so that is going to give Atkins the ability to try and bring this back. But we're seeing a lot of struggle coming to Emilbus compared to Teta. Teta, honestly, surprising me, getting more act than I was expecting, and they are still in the lead at the moment, 15k, but Atkins building this demon of a combo, 600 brewing in the background, and that accuracy too. Matching Emmerich, taking that score advantage now, and that score is just shrinking. We do see an Emilbus break again, but Atkins might be enough time to bring this back.
With the struggles Emilbus is finding, Atkins is going to have to put up some heroics try to take this. Teta though, finding some chain misses, does give the scoreline back, but already matched by Emilbus finding on the break. Emmerich with a big recovery combo as well. And that scoreline, despite Atkins' full combo, still it isn't really going to their side. And with that break from Atkins, I think that basically dooms them. Teta just outperforming Emilbus as the counterpart, and Emrek now with a big recovery, a little bit better on Ak. Will momentarily overtake Atkins on total score. And it does look like Speed Builders here found a great map to pick as Teta. For the first time, I think, really in this match, other than the Gimmick 2, really showing her ability to play this star rating. There we go, 43k in the lead. And now, Yo, their win streak on those two maps ended. But the match is currently even in terms of break points, so they have a chance to tie it up once again 3-3 if they can find another map to convert. The Hiddens have done them decently well. That's Tap 1 only them losing by a little bit. They go for the Control 2, so going a different direction, this time leaning into a more Hard Rock type map. They did pick this yesterday and ended up working out pretty well for them.
Interestingly, from memory, I think Drox actually top scored this map yesterday. I remember him holding a very large combo towards the end of it.
He did hold a large combo towards the end, did not end up top scoring. It was actually very close between all the players. Every single player getting 160k, something. Atkins, though, with the top score. Was it something that Atkins or Emilbus got a massive combo on? But they got two pretty solid scores. We'll have to say, always a little bit of a fear picking Tech into Emrek, because he's one of the few players who actually could go the distance on a map like this. Also, being a Hard Rock centered map, I do think this is going to be more in line with Teta's comfort zone than some of the Hiddens we saw earlier. That remains to be seen, though, as this is still a brutally difficult Hard Rock tech.
Don't be alarmed. A couple laser breaks coming out, but I want to actually drop in those full combos.
Losing a little bit of back on this slow start. Atkins and Teta missing on that first cut.
Teta struggling a little bit in the act department at the moment, and below 90%. That has been a little bit of a theme for this match. Emilbus, nice 99%, looking super comfortable. They do start. Emrek actually finding a break, really not good. Emrek finding another one as well. Teta matching it. Now Emilbus losing that full combo as well. Atkins, the only one with any form of combo at the moment.
And that double miss from Speed Builders on that build-up was big. Atkins dropping as well. So no big combos left. It's all going to come down to recoveries for the rest of the map. As Yo have a 25k score lead in the Axe struggles. I mean, this is the type of map that is very difficult to act. OD10, Tech, over 7 stars. Very challenging. That Ak is pretty much making up all the difference here. There's a little bit of combo advantage from the side of Yo throughout the map, but Emrek is trying to build it up with Teta, breaking again. Emilbus and Atkins, though, pretty much matching.
Teta finding a slider break. That build down section as well. Everyone else holding comfortably at the moment with about 400 combo on Emilbus and Emrek, and 300 roundabouts for Atkins. About 2 minutes going into this next build up, and the 3 players apart from Teta matching each other almost perfectly. Teta does find another slider break though.
This is going to be a very hard deficit. I mean, Emrek can't miss if Speed Builders want a chance at getting this. And with that break, I mean, yeah, it pretty much dooms it. With Atkins and Emilbus is still holding. They have a big lead. There's not a whole lot of map left to go, so barring a catastrophe from Yo, okay, a lot of really unfortunate misses, but Emilbus still holding for Yo.
40 with some serious casting curses today. We do see Emilbus dropping that combo as well now.
That's not my fault. That's not my fault. You can't put that on me. You cannot put that on me. Players just have a tough time comboing. It was that harder section players seem to be almost more comfortable on.
Everyone coming through this ending here, but unfortunately Tedder's score just too big of an anchor at the moment to bring back a 63k deficit. We are... It's actually slider breaking at that very ending there. But we are going to see Team Yo fairly handily take this pick.
They improved their score from yesterday by a team score of over 20k. You know, Emmerich best score in the lobby, but by very, very little. Just 2k over Atkins. Essentially tied up score. It's just a Emilbus making the difference over Tedda. So another very good pick from Yo, as the match is tied 3-3. Speed Builders to pick once again. They struck a little bit of gold with the tap 4. To find something similar again. That map being something Emilbus wasn't really comfortable on, but there's not going to be many maps like that in the pool.
Is opting
Aim
for aim 2. Okay.
I like going in this aim direction. We haven't seen an aim map picked thus far in this matchup. 6 maps in. It's gonna be the free mod aim. So some awkward angles in this map. You have your choice between basically traditional CS 5.2 hard rock, an optional hidden, which Tedda might opt into, or an AR 8.5 hidden. With some of the big square jumps as well. It's going to really accentuate the density check on the hidden.
We are seeing Emmerich Atkins going for that low AR hidden, Emilbus and Tedda going for the more standard approach, but Tedda choosing to put hidden onto that as what he has just called.
Is a hidden hard rock comfort player. That approach rating. Players making sure the settings are correct. Always worrying with how many settings you have to change for a free mod like this. We've seen a couple times maps getting played with an incorrect setting here or there. I'm gonna keep an eye on the hidden players, but it does look like the ref is on top of the case with making sure the approach ratings are correct. And I believe, keep in mind, because this is a 1.12 times rate edit, it does probably become closer to probably around AR9. Don't know what the exact approach rating is with the rate edit, but it's going to be 8.5, it's going to be close to 9. As we see an early miss from Atkins.
You see Tedder and Emilbus trading that miss at the exact same moment though. And already Emmerich the only full combo, Atkins only missing about 20 combo wins, so a pseudo full combo, but we are once again seeing Emmerich Atkins match each other and just coming down to the battle of the supporting combos.
Teta behind on the act compared to Emil Bus, but combo gaming is so far there, keeping it together as Emil Bus finding another break now. This is where Teta can take the advantage to hidden as well, adding a little bit of extra score. And right now that does matter with how close the score lines are. Emil Bus finding another miss. And man, if this is how this map was turning out, Speed Builders might have found the pool to pick into, this aim pool. Ted is still comboing. That's going to be really, really important here with Emrek and Atkins matching each other. It's those hard rocks that's really where the score differential is being made. Actually, Atkins, not an FC, I believe, did miss extremely early on, but pretty much there.
And one missing on the slow section, thankfully.
Oh, this is a nerve. That was a nerve check section going into this. And Teta breaking right after, could not hold it together. Has built up some score over Emil Bus, but with Emil Bus's accuracy, he'll be closing in on that score gap. Everybody hitting that big square. Teta still holding on, but Emrek, Atkins, it's those two big combos that likely make up the difference if one of them manages to drop it.
Emil Bus finding that break though, and really not good for them, that score. Only 10k the difference. But any more breaks coming up from anyone with some serious damage. Atkins does need to hope that Emrek finds a break though, because Atkins is currently down, but unfortunately finds that miss.
That pattern was like the pattern of the map, and Emrek getting through it. Teta as well on the hard rock, and that's where they show their aim prowess. Emil Bus, Atkins both have fallen. The pick is over for Speed Builder. No, Emrek, why? Why would you miss on that part? Oh man. Oh, Emrek missing on that section is rough. Teta right at the end, but built up a really good second combo. And just a good win overall for Speed Builders as each player wins out over their respective opponent. And very, very close match so far. After the early breakpoints being taken and then taken back, it's just been each team winning their own pick. So we're currently on route for tiebreaker pace, but let's see if it keeps going as is. As Yo pick the control one, so going for the traditional ult map.
Emrek actually not having the map, saying W update, meaning has been edited since he last played it, or just having the wrong version of the map, but not really something that you want. But coming back into the lobby now, re-importing that map and readying it up.
Downloaded the map originally off the map pack, seems like what he's saying. But likely has practiced this map, and let's see with a map like this, per practice, probably not as essential. It comes down to how comfortable you are on ulting in general. But nobody breaking seemingly on that intro, despite how hard it was. And I can tell is swapping places in the lobby. Everybody just holding.
Interestingly, Atkins, actually finding that break first up. I was about to say, looking the most comfortable, the best accuracy by Emilbus and Atkins, finding those resets, and Teta too. Already Emrek the only full combo left. That score, only very slightly to the advantage of Yo right now due to Teta's lower accuracy, but should start to come back fairly soon due to Emrek's combo.
It'll take a little bit though of Emrek holding for the score to eventually come back. I mean, right now it's actually going towards Yo. Despite this FC, that's just how much Ak is weighted in laser. As Teta, his Ak struggles, making up too much of the difference. And Emilbus Atkins holding on the recoveries, Teta not really being able to get a combo going. And so the pressure on Emrek right now to try to take this all the way is monumental here.
Teta finding another break as well, and I mean, Atkins Emilbus looking super comfortable. Emrek still has that FC, but unfortunately just do too much here.
Oh, double miss though from Atkins and Emilbus on the same pattern. And now there's maybe a chance. Emrek pretty much has to FC the rest of the map here, as there's a bit over 50 seconds left to go. Scoreline is finally going towards them. That reset from Yo. But no room for error for Emrek here. Oh, and that's a rough break. For almost anyone, this would be pretty much insurmountable nerve check. He's one of the few who could do it though, but still, man. There's a lot of pressure on him.
Scary slider jumps. Emrek finding that break.
Find it. The combined effort from Atkins and Emilbus, both getting a really deep combo going. Both players just so comfortable on this. Emilbus approaching the 99%. Ak as well does hit it. And this shows why they picked it. Going 4-4. 2 picks left for each team. As Yo have done a very good job finding the maps that Teta is really not comfortable with at this stage. I do wonder if speed builders go for another aim pick. Worked out pretty well in that aim too.
Speedbuild is choosing that aim 5. Again, picking into that aim pool. It does seem to be what Teta is most comfortable on at this later stage pooling. Jetpack Race, ladies and gentlemen. What a song this is.
This is a little bit surprised to see this being the aim map pick, just because it is the hidden, the force hidden. And Teta hasn't seemed too comfortable on that mod in the match so far, and that could just be because of the types of maps they were. But this was the round they chose, so this seemed more appealing to them than something like the aim 1 or the aim 3. They're looking to get right into it. So we have a very dense one, 215 BPM, AR9 hidden, very big density check.
Already, we did see a miss out of Atkins and Teta at the very start. Atkins finding another one as well. Only 2 full combos coming out of Emilbus and Emrek, and Emrek's being an SS at the moment.
Emilbus dropping that full combo as Teta builds that recovery, losing a little bit of Ak, but seems to be actually pretty comfortable on the aim on this. Shows like they might have picked it here. Seeing those squares as Emrek still SSing. How far will that last though? Atkins is pretty much, near an FC. Just that early break. going to be advantage speed builders for the time being.
Early days, already 20k advantage to the side of speed builders. Emrek with a 99.82 FC at the moment. And Teta doing quite well as well, 97%. Does lose that big combo that she did have, unfortunately. That is going to start to give Team Yo a bit of an advantage and be able to start bringing that score deficit back. We are seeing that shrink now. Atkins, Emelboss holding nice combos here. We do see Teta yet again finding a break. Emrek doing his best. Oh, we do see Emelboss dropping though, but that score is going to swing into the favor of Team Yo.
Just narrowly extended a little bit by that additional Teta miss. And Atkins right now is fending away Emrek with this combo. This is a little bit of a similar scene we saw in the Aim 2 with Atkins and Emrek being the hidden players. Was Atkins to drop near the end with Emrek getting a near FC. Plenty of map left to go here. And these efforts from both Emelboss and Teta are going to matter a lot on these recoveries. Teta this time still lowest stack in the lobby, but not by a lot. It's a great thing for speed builders.
Atkins losing that FC, no! That score, 13k in the lead, but it is going to start closing. Atkins finding another break and another break. Oh, this section absolutely brutal.
So unbelievably awkward. And Emrek drops it. And Yo already had the score lead, and now they're just going to pad it. Emrek needed to hold it because Emelboss was holding on to this 500 combo. Teta with some struggles here, losing the score line. And now it's Yo's point to lose here, and this might be the first break point we see in a while. Remember, this is Speed Builder's pick. They're losing it by a lot now with very, very little time to go. Just don't know if there's a chance for Speed Builders as Emelboss with a huge effort to close this one out.
Emrek finding another break as well, and I think that's going to seal it. Cat with 800 combo. Just holding it down, does lose that, but 70,000, 80,000 now in the lead over Speed Builders. And that's not what you want to see on a breakpoint. Getting taken by now 90k points. Wow, what a performance by Emelboss and Atkins there.
Really, really well done from Yo to dig in on that ending and close that one out. So now they're up 5-4. Going into their next pick here. They have the advantage for the first time in the match. Pick ahead. And man, it does feel like Yo is picking into some of the things Teta isn't really comfortable at. Just keeps working. They can keep finding maps like that. It's just so challenging for Emrek to try to do it himself on some of these picks. Pretty much just needs an FC in some of these cases. They go for the control 4, but it is gonna be no good Magia. DT ult, so something that is gonna be, I would say, in the comfort area for a lot of the players in this lobby. The actual map itself, pretty traditional ult, old school type ult, but obviously you just have the skill cap, almost 8 stars, AR 10.3, very high BPM for an ult map. And speed builders, they won't have a lot of opportunities to try to take that breakpoint back, so we'll have to give each map their all here.
We did see yesterday Atkins putting a bit of a show off on this control 4. But don't be too surprised if he does well again. Emelboss on a little bit of struggle, I believe, compared to the rest of the lobby yesterday, but nothing that he couldn't handle. This is one of those ones where Atkins and Emrek show their dominance. We'll see Teta find a break. I believe it's going to be Teta trying to match Emilboss, which should be pretty much the decisive factor. We do see Emilboss finding that break again. Atkins actually losing that full combo as well. Now Emrek the only one with the only full combo left.
It's a relatively early break. Atkins did get over 800 combo. The last time he played this, there are the scores revealed to the players. Emrek knows he's the only one with an FC. A little bit of a deficit, but they can get out of it very, very quickly as long as he keeps holding. Good amount of a map left to go here. It's Teta behind Emilboss. Pretty much won entirely once again. This is sort of this match off accuracy, as Speedbuilders is clawing their way back with his Emrek combo. Emilboss, Teta trading the recoveries. Atkins building up back to 400 now.
Atkins doing his best to fend off Emrek, but interestingly, Emilboss actually almost up there with Atkins as well. Both players doing very well. Teta so
20
close.
Second break, dude. That's brutal. I think if you're either Emrek or Atkins, just the nerves, man. These kind of breaks, I think moving around the cursor helps. Or get right back into it. You can almost just feel the likelihood of a miss right after is pretty high. The more quieter section here before we get back into the meat of the ult. And Speedbuilders, Emrek dropping that FC. As soon as that picks back up again, Atkins trading right after, but Emrek needed to hold to pull that score back. Because Yo have the lead right now by 9k.
10k the score difference. We've got 40 seconds left in the map. There's not really much that Emrek can do here, losing that full combo and finding another few breaks, unfortunately. I believe that is definitely going to seal it now. And we're seeing Team Yo hold this and potentially already head to a match point from the loser's side.
Man, does look like we're on pace for a bracket reset. As Yo up 6-4, winning their Control 4 pick. Speedbuilders going to pick their last map of this first match. Potentially could go another one if they lose one of these next maps. And they're instantly going for aim 1. I do like that strategy because if you're on match point already, your only way out of this is going to be through the tiebreaker. You're pretty much going to have to win a pretty aim-heavy mechanics map anyway at the end. May as well start with that here. Taking a pretty comfortable aim map here. And the pressure's on. Atkins and Emilboss, they have 3 chances sealing this one.
This is definitely a ballsy pick to choose into Team Yo, because I believe Atkins did FC this yesterday. So if he pulls out an FC on this again, I mean, that means at minimum Emrek's going to have to match that.
Yeah, Atkins did FC this. I believe this was the first match they played and opened with an FC on this. It's a very comfortable map, so certainly even see an FC again. And this is the type of map I wouldn't expect to see really many axe struggles, even from Teta. It's a pretty comfortable map to tap, but still seeing a little bit of it, and that does matter. Emilboss gonna be the first to break here. Giving combo advantage to the side of Speedbuilders as they're taking that score lead.
Emilboss again, finding another break, but that first big jump out, and we see Emrek and Atkins both lose here. Teta the only full combo left. Teta the only one that hit those jumps as well. Wow.
These axe struggles, despite the combo, you're not getting a lot of score lead here. But man, if Teta can make a miracle run here, this is what Speedbuilders needs right now with Emrek dropping. His Teta combo is so crucial. Emrek breaking again! Not the person you'd expect to see miss right again. And now Teta kind of has the combo, especially because if she misses, her act is going to do her no favors as we get to the end of the map. And Mealbus finding another miss here. And man, it's the Teta show right now. How far can she go on this aim 1? I feel like I'm seeing a little bit of shakes here on the aim. The pressure does find the miss. Could not hold it together. The 8K combo scoring the lead, but it's going over to the side of Yo.
Score just shrinking 3K already. 2K now. And everyone holding through that brutal jump section. That score, it's about to flick back over to the advantage of Yo. And we do see that Teta break is going to put it back into the advantage of Team Yo now. A minute 30 left. Mealbus and Teta finding breaks. But Atkins doing his best here. 99.2% largest combo, 640 MREC. Trying to build that up as well.
Still a very, very close map, but Atkins, biggest combo in the lobby, has the opportunity here to take us to bracket reset right now. If he can close this one out, he is on pace to do. Is building. Teta finding another break. And Mealbus and Atkins are strolling their way to the end here. And Mealbus finding a miss.
Oh, MREC and Atkins, these huge combos, if either one of them miss, that could be the sealer. As Mealbus finds another break again. We really, really need to see an Atkins break here if we want it to keep going. But it's not looking like Atkins is going to break it. MREC is going to lose it, unfortunately, meaning we will see that first match taken by Team Yo. And we're going to see a bracket reset in the grand finals, ladies and gentlemen.
There we go. After losing, I believe they started off this match 2-0, ending at 7-4. The fantastic streak of wins. And as you said it, we're going bracket reset. It's up to the players. I believe they have an option for a 15-minute break here. Otherwise, they could choose to just get right into it. We'll have to wait on their call here.
MREC voting for a play straight away. Atkins and Mealbus saying they don't mind. I believe we are going to go straight into this one. But Atkins wanting a 1-minute break really quickly to get some water, which I feel like is a good idea because me personally, I need a drink of water too. I will be right back.
Everybody, a little bit of a break here before we get into the next one. Do not go anywhere. I have to wait for Lust to come back, change the screen preview, but I feel like I hear a warm-up in the background for this second match of the grand finals. Okay, so back to square one. Bracket is reset. As speed builders, I believe the team names need to get changed at the top. With that, their positions flipped as well. Now, in terms of bans, I do expect to honestly see Yo just ban Gimmick 3, Gimmick 4 again. I think just given how comfortable, especially Amrek seems to be on these gimmickier maps, showed it on the Gimmick 2. And I think a similar thing would happen on the Gimmick 4. And Amrek, I think, is one of the few players in this tournament who's been practicing the Gimmick 3s. Had a really good performance alongside Teta on the Gimmick 3 freeze frame earlier in the match, and I think since then they just do not get to pick that map because every team is permabanning against them, which given that performance is understandable. For speed builders though, they double banned tapping, but I do wonder if they changed their tune.
We see Emrek rolling a 43 and Atkins rolling a 52. So Team Yo opting for that second pick and Emrek opting for that second ban. Team first pick. Yeah, the Team Blue.
Ban for Yo. Now, in terms of the maps they lost, and a lot of their losses were pretty close. I don't know if they go back and ban any of the maps they lost, other than maybe Gimmick 2. This could be a situation where they maybe ban Gimmick 2, leave Gimmick 4 maybe open. But it's going to be the Gimmick 3 ban. Does break my heart. You don't get to see the freeze frame at the Grand Finals, but not really surprised. I think that is the rational ban for Yo. And this time they're going to ban Gimmick 2 instead of the Gimmick 4, so leaving Gimmick 4 open. Emrek banning out the tap 2, tap 3 once again. Does not want to play the stamina or the speed into Yo. Get first pick for speed builders once again. They opted in for Gimmick 2 last time. I wonder, did they just get right into the Gimmick 4 instead?
That would be a devious pick. Throwing into that Gimmick 4. Now that honestly depends on whether Teta is practiced or not for that Gimmick. They are going to go straight back into that aim 1.
Wow.
This is interesting call considering they did literally just lose that map.
They lost it by not a whole lot, and the difference maker ended up being Atkins outmatching Emrek. Teta actually, that huge combo, recovered the act towards the end as well. Beat out a meal bus. Emrek likely pretty unhappy with that performance. And yeah, starting out with where we left off last time. Okay, I think this pick might sort of set the tone of this rematch here. If Yo can open up with a breakpoint, it's just going to be so huge for them. Given how many picks they look so strong on because of Teta's discomfort for playing them.
Now it is going to be a little bit different seeing Team Yo on the left side and Team Superbuilders on the right side, but we did see Atkins and Emrek finding very early breaks.
Shaking the rust off a little bit after taking a break. Momentary break there. So Mealbus and Teta hold. This time Teta, not as bad accuracy to start off with. Will be good for them. Mealbus holding on to that SS for now.
Trying to get in that first jump section and Mealbus still holding that SS. Atkins, that nice 99.2%. Emrek not far behind, but Teta there's a bit of a theme down in the accuracy department. We are going to see, unfortunately, Emmerich and Atkins again.
Man, that big section. And Mealbus, we're seeing a bit of a redo once again. It's Teta holding on to that first combo.
Squally.
I mean, it's...
Your speed builders here. Teta does have much nicer accuracy than she did last time, so this full combo is going to be doing huge favors.
History is repeating itself here. Now, last time, I think Teta missed 700 combo?
7 to 800 combo is
785, so it's approaching the pattern Teta missed on, which I think was one of the big expanding jump sections. Here we go. Teta hits it this time, and Mealbus drops! And now Emrek and Teta have a big combo lead.
We're seeing the Teta show, ladies and gentlemen. Teta still holding this FC. 900 combo now on that score, 30k in the lead. We see Atkins dropping as well, and Emelbus full combo reset on Yo. Teta just holding.
Pushing 1,000 combo. Emrek's with the recovery, but Teta 1,000 combo. There's a bit of a minute left of this map to go. Over 57k already for speed builders. I mean, barring a catastrophe, I think they've already won this pick, but I just want to see, man, how far can Teta go after struggling on so many of the maps. Last time, he's starting off on a completely different page here. Maybe some of the nerves earlier settled off.
Coming out of Teta.
Oh, dude.
Oh, no.
How are you comboing with this shake? But she's doing it.
Teta shaking out of her mind right now. So nervous, as you would be. She does finally lose that full combo, but she has done more than enough to handily take this aim one. Emelbus losing that combo as well, but Teta absolutely amazingly well played by her. Emrek coming back now as well, 1,000 combo that's just been sneakily building in the background. They might even overtake Teta's score now.
Does overtake it this time, not finding those additional misses. Missing on the first, same first miss, but hasn't gotten any of the ones after. And just a really, really impressive storyline from Speed Builders here as a team. Emrek ending with that semi-reverse choke, almost reverse choke. And Teta, 409k, huge combo. And this is the way you want to start it for Speed Builders. Redeeming yourself from that last play of Aim 1.
We are seeing that tap 5 come out. Now, this was a bit of a scary one for Teta, and I think Team Yo recognizing that Teta was really unable to play this one.
This might have been like their most convincing win last time, and it wasn't picked by them. Last time Speed Builders picked top 5 into them. Ended up being a clear mistake.
On the hard rock, and Teta's on the hidden. We're having the carry players on that hard rock now with the sports on the hidden.
Yeah, Speed Builders just changing up the mod, just going for a different different try here. Didn't work out for them last time, so I'm not surprised by the change.
The background. Looking at me ominously.
It's a cool skull, bro. It's a cool skull.
Oh, it's so cool. Teta,
and
unfortunately misreading.
Oh no. Now, maybe hidden wasn't the move. Because Teta is not showing any levels of comfort here on this hidden. The density, the AR 9.4 with these patterns. Atkins, though, dropping on that hard rock early on this time. Still has pretty good accuracy, and Emrek, last big combo. But, man, with this Teta score, I just don't even know if this is realistically possible for Emrek to do on his own. Mealbus finding some struggles as well. He's keeping it relatively close.
That unfortunately just incredibly uncomfortable in this hidden, and I believe might have been a mistake putting her on the hidden, but they posed after a performance in the hard rock was also not too good. They did have to try and mix things up, but gamble hasn't worked out in their favor, unfortunately, and it's going to be a really rough one for Emmerich to try and do anything here. Atkins is not too far behind Emmerich in the score department, but Emilbus is absolutely wiping the floor with Tedder at the moment. Over 3 times her score nearly.
It's worth noting, because of the hidden DA, this 36k score lead is more like a 90k score lead in reality once you factor that in. Emmerich 1000 combo now, but Atkins right behind with that 800 on the hard rock. Emilbus recovered very well. Atkins does find a miss. Emilbus massively outmatching Ted on the hidden. And with that break, there is a chance here. If Emmerich can go the distance and just straight up FC this map, there is a chance here if Atkins and Emilbus keep dropping, which they are. But man, will it be an effort for Emmerich to go all the way.
Emmerich still FCing though. I'm not too sure if there's going to be enough time, but Emmerich's going to try his darndest.
Man. Cool, cheeky miss from Tedder there, but it won't matter too much. And that is right, the hiddens will get...
They will be doubled,
I think.
yes.
Yeah, so if they're doubled, Emilbus 72k roughly ahead of Tedda, so they're basically 78k down because of these scores. So despite how close it seems at the bottom, Emmerich still has a lot of ground to cover.
Emmerich's still holding this FC though. He might be able to bring it back, like honestly. Because there is such a deficit now from Atkins to Emmerich. And Emilbus losing that combo as well. Emmerich might just FC this.
He's on pace to
He
do
couldn't,
it.
could he? He hits that ending and he does FC.
It's just not enough though. I think
it?
despite that ridiculous Emmerich FC, I think once you multiply the scores, the Emilbus difference, I believe, is too much.
Oh my days. Refs forgetting to count. We're gonna have a look and see.
We'll wait for the call, but I do think that's still, despite an incredible score from Emmerich FCing on the hard rock, that is still a comfortable win for Yo. Ending on the call.
Okay. We're calculating.
Have to pray one day for my custom score multipliers for laser. Once the scores are in, we already see the next pick from Speed Builders. will be tap 4 again, which they did win by a good margin as one of the maps that Teta had an advantage over Emilbus on, so you can easily see why they go for that again. But we'll have to wait.
Referee working it out. Yeah, I think Team Yo will be the ones to take that.
About 70k, so it does even it out. Emmerich asking how much they lost the original one by. I believe that one. I mean, no, that one was by a bigger margin.
I believe that one was also
margin.
large.
Yeah. You multiply both Emilbus and Emmerich. Emmerich gets an extra 20k score in comparison, but that does very little the difference. You go, tap 4 though, getting back into the match after that long calculation. Finger control, speed check, worked out pretty well for speed builders last time. You have to hope for a similar score again. Almost no mod. A cool, like 5-star map probably. Okay. Last time it was Teta to outmatch Emilbus. Emmerich outmatched Atkins. But Atkins is going to be able to still put up a really good score, so Emmerich has to try to perform at a similar level. This time Emilbus notably having a better time, but does find the break though. Ted is still holding.
American Atkins to each other. Well, as has been the theme, but Teta is beating out Emilbus at the moment. That accuracy very similar, but she does still have that full combo. Boss did find that earlier break, unfortunately, giving that advantage. But Teta does find a few chain misses there. Emilbus will match it. But seeing that's break after break for Emilbus and Teta. American Atkins looking fairly comfortable, fairly able to play this, still holding those FCs.
Middle of the map. This pick will likely come down to who breaks first between Emmerich and Atkins. Pressure's on them as Emilbus finding some more misses. Gives more of a lead to speed builders instead of trades right after. Gonna get back into the meat of this map. I believe around here is where Atkins broke last time. Both Emmerich and Atkins above 1,000 score.
Emilbus breaking and Teta breaking too. Just break after break. We're still seeing this Emmerich Atkins double FC. But that score, Emmerich needs to break now if Team Yo want to take this. Unfortunately, Emilbus just being outclassed by Teta. I don't think even if Emmerich breaks now, there's enough time.
I think I'd have to agree. I think Tedda's done enough to distance herself from Emilbus and Emrek as well with the Act lead. Over Atkins, Tedda DCing, maybe? I don't think that...
or if it's just laser client, but...
I mean, the MP scores, it might have just been laser client actually. I think the MP scores are out, and Tedda getting 125k against the Emilbus's 98k. Emrek 265k FC against Atkins FCing 250k. Two very, very good scores from Atkins and Emrek, but it is going to be Speed Builders to win that pick. And both teams improving their scores. Player is clearly very, very warm right now. And man, you got to think if you're Atkins, with that performance, you'd have thought had a very, very good chance of taking that break point, but Emrek did not let up as they go once again for the Control 4.
Again, maybe one of those tales of are we going to see Tedda be able to keep up with Emilbus, but I think, as we saw last time, Tedda definitely struggled far too much on this to be able to compete at all with Emilbus, and Atkins and Emrek, as usual, able to keep up with each other.
Now, of the maps that Yo won last time, this wasn't like a crazy decisive win. Something like the Control Hidden, the Control 3 was comparatively a lot more decisive. This one, obviously Emilbus was ahead of Tedda, but not by like the craziest margin, and Emrek was a little bit of Atkins, and you gotta think Emrek certainly could improve his score, but I would say Yo maybe thinking they could also improve theirs, especially Emilbus improving his score.
We are going to see that Tedda break coming up first. She is down in the accuracy department as well. Team Yo matching each other very nicely. Both FCing. As I say, we will see that Emilbus drop, but Tedda does drop at the same time. Already Kosu fighting to crash just because it loves me.
Do you see as well the accuracy from Emilbus despite that break? Really, really comfortable. That's going to pretty much put them in a bit over a 10k score lead. Okay, a little bit of lag. Some quality gameplay here.
Why? We love laser.
Atkins still hold. Bus dropping. Tedda though matching right after.
And Atkins' accuracy absolutely devious. 99.9%. That was 1/100, I believe.
Man. Near machine-like levels of play. Almost matching auto. Now this break caused, I mean, not say caused, but Emrek missed pretty much right after it last time around the 1046 combo mark. As soon as that picked up back again. Atkins though this time is holding, so the pressure is on both of them. Can Emrek keep it together this time, or is Atkins just gonna keep going and it won't matter regardless? Neither player misses.
Deficit already. Oh, we do see Atkins dropping that FC though.
And there's the chance, there's the opening. All of the other combos other than Emrek are gone, as it is only 10k score in the lead for Yo, but it's closing fast as Emrek, different player this time around here, underperformed to his standards in that first run of things, but he is looking to redeem himself as he is still holding the FC, and there's not much time in the map left. So Tedda's recovery here does matter because the scoreline hasn't flipped yet, despite Emrek's FC and his effort.
Tedda needs to
I don't even know
hold. There's only 8 seconds. Atkins missed though, but I don't think there's enough time. Even with that Emrek FC.
Last object.
Oh,
Yo did enough.
Unfortunately, FCing 620 PP play, but it wasn't enough.
The struggles from Ted on that one, and big up score from both teams. but narrowly goes over to Yo. They take the match 2-2, so no breaks yet, no break points yet. As we go back into the aim 2, another pick that went well for Speed Builders last time. And we're currently 2 FCs in the second go of things, but neither of those FCs converted to a point. Well, actually, we never mind, 3 FCs and a near FC on the aim 1, so I'm playing at a very, very high level right now. To get into an aim 2, a map he almost FC'd last time, but missed right towards the end. Pressure. So many close picks. That control 4 could have gone the other way so easily. Cannot falter with both Emrek and Atkins playing better than they did last time.
Both players doing their best to step it up a notch.
Do you like the aim though for Speed Builders? We saw that 409k on the aim 1 for Teta. And if she can do a similar kind of thing, likely taking the hard rock again for this. Imagine all the players will just go the same route they did last time. Speed Builder is not having to change things up, so it worked out for them. Emrek once again on the hidden. Atkins as well on the hidden. Mealbus Teta on the hard rocks, but Teta opting in for that hidden comfort.
We see Atkins to be the first to drop the combo, and he does have the lowest accuracy in the lobby at the moment. That score is already handily to the side of the Speed Builders at the moment.
And a big combo to lose because Atkins was the one to go furthest last time for his team on that hidden. In comparison, Mealbus had a tougher time comboing. And Mealbus as well, finding a miss, so it's Teta and Emrek to have unmatched double FC. They have a big opportunity here to massively pad their lead. It was finding another miss. Atkins building up a good recovery here, but unless either Teta or Emrek miss, it's going to look bleak for them. And Emrek is going to be the one to break. And this time on the aim, once again, it's Teta for Speed Builders to be the difference maker. A rough pause here. As Teta, we saw some shakes earlier on the aim 1. You're on the hard rock on a pretty awkward map. If there's ever a map where nerves is going to negatively impact your ability to play the game, it's going to be this one. And this combo is important. Atkins building up that recovery. So if Teta misses, he'll be right there to try to take back the score. This is a rough pause. It's such a long break.
Ooh,
And
we
what
do
did
see
Atkins miss on?
drop on that note that's hidden in the middle of the spinner. Oh no.
Oh, man. Rough break for Atkins as Teta keeps that hard rock going. Hits that square. Atkins finding another break. Emrek building to match Mealbus's combo. So it's now just Teta uncontested. Adding the score lead. Popping off on the aim this second go around. And despite these axe drops, despite these shakes, she's still holding, still combo gaming her way to the finish line.
Teta, you can't see this, can you?
I mean, there's a demon pattern coming up. No way,
Oh,
no way
no.
she hit that. Oh my, she's going crazy, dude. On the hard rock as well.
Teta, the aim demon.
I want nothing more than an FC. Please, somehow go the distance. There's still some tough patterns to get through. The map is not over. Do not ease up just yet. Despite how easy this might look. Lock in. He's 1-2.
Oh, and she does it. She FC's Teta.
Oh
my days, taking it. Oh, what? Teta, I can't believe it.
What an FC, man. The guts, dude. Wow. Phenomenal way to win that pick. Not the player I would have expected in that lobby to go the distance on that one. Really, really impressive from Teta. Man. As we go right into Control 3. And this was one of their more dominant wins. They did win this one by almost 100k. Atkins narrowly beating out Emrek. Both players having pretty big combos. But Emilbus almost beating out Teta by 100k, which pretty much made the score difference. So if that happens again, I mean, they have a lot of deficit to get through in comparison. But, I mean, Teta's kind of been playing on a different level this time around. Maybe some of the nerves shaken off from that first match. But at the same time, man, if you're just not a big hidden density enjoyer on a map like this, it's tough to just improve your score by that much. It might be necessary. Early break from Teta. Milbus, I think, missing on that first stream that we didn't really see. Emrek and Atkins matching each other on the full combos. Emilbus finding a break, so Teta holding the recovery combo, but I think Teta had some big struggles last time on both the accuracy and combo departments.
Emrek, interestingly, 99.8%. Ultra comfortable here. Atkins as well. FCing 2-match, we will see that Emilbus break again, and now that's going to bring that score into the favor of Team Speed Builders. Teta's very, very close to Emilbus.
Teta's already outmatched her biggest combo last time. The furthest she got on combo was 372, so she's already stepping it up. Does find a miss, but I mean, combos like that do matter. Will help Speed Builders as they're currently the ones in the lead. Will go over to the side of Yo after this break, assuming everybody holds, just because of this Emilbus recovery and the Ak, of course. But Teta as well, 95% right now compared to her 92% last time. It's gonna be Emrek and Atkins though on these FCs. Who misses? Who can go the distance? Emrek doesn't have the Teta Miracle FC this time, and Atkins missing on that burst. And now this is the position Speed Builders have been wanting, the opportunity for a breakpoint on one of their biggest losses last time, but still a lot of work to do. They do not have much of a lead. These combos are everything.
Have to hope for an Emrek break and soon, otherwise this score is just gonna absolutely blow away. Teta does find that break though, and that is gonna make it a little bit easier for the side of Team Yo. Emilbus does have that sneaky 600 combo that has been building in the background. Atkins finding another break though. A 10k disadvantage at the moment.
This Emilbus combo is big. It's keeping them in it. And despite Emrek's remaining FC, their score isn't going up a lot here, especially Teta. Dropping some Ak on the slow section, really hard to find a rhythm. You don't really have all this time between the notes. It's actually going over to Yo here, just off accuracy. It's gonna come down to this ending. Can Emrek go all the way with a full combo? And Emilbus is gone! Teta trades it right after, but Emilbus's combo was what was keeping Yo in it. And Emrek now looking to close out. He hit this entire section last time, but this time he has the FC pressure. It's Atkins matching him hitting this part, but they are now up 30k. Atkins is gone. Teta matches, but it just doesn't matter. Emrek looking to keep this break point, and there we go. Another FC on the board for Emrek, I believe the fourth. Speedbuilder is up 4-2.
Emrek turning a new leaf in this bracket reset, not letting it happen again. And he's just taken FC after FC. Going completely different beast.
Are you the same animal?
Or a different beast. What the hell does that mean, Kobe Bryant?
What the hell does that mean, Kobe Bryant? Oh man, I mean both players on the Speed Builders, man. Teta with these ridiculous aim performances, that unbelievable aim to Hard Rock FC, and now Emrek, fourth FC of the match here. This time, basically being necessary on this Control 3. Speed Builders as well have the pick, so they need to find someone to keep the lead going. Now, the big map I'm really curious to see if they want to go for is that Gimmick 4. Being a tech map, it's very, very practice dependent with the modifiers, the grow, and the deflate. So if they're practiced on it, I mean, Yo banned it the first time. It could be some like next level mind game. They banned it the first time, but they actually practiced it to go bracket reset and bait them into it. Honestly, could be some Sun Tzu type beat, but Speed Builders have practiced it. Do you like it for them?
Taking a while to think about this one. Team Speed Builders.
Not as decisive here. Gonna pick now. Gonna be aim 5 again. Now this pick did go kind of badly for them. They had a very, very early lead in this pick, sort of towards the midpoint, but at the ending, Emilbus had a huge recovery combo and ended up outmatching Teta by the end. But we've kind of seen Teta be a little bit of a machine on aim so far. So if we see a similar level of aim performance here again, could be the difference maker. Also worth noting, Teta improved her score on that Control 3 by about 40k, and that was a hidden. So if you keep those two things, the hit and the aim, Teta gonna try to improve her score with some early breaks though, matched by Atkins.
Atkins has been noticeably finding a few early breaks. Most maps, Emilbus has found a breakdown as well already. Only Emrek with the FCs, but Atkins has quite a few maps broken at the very start. So it's been definitely not less than a few picks that have been decided by a very close amount.
Now Teta recovering very well from that early miss. Now outmatching Emilbus. Emrek holding that full combo still. Did have the best score in this map last time as Atkins, huge miss. Just doing a good job building back up, but it's gone now. Teta finding a break as well. So some big combos dropping. Emrek unanswered. Building that lead up.
The boss building that nice recovery combo. Teta does find that break as well, so that is going to start to slow that advantage down for Speed Builders. But Emrek still FCing. Emilbus losing that combo now as well. That's 4. It's just continue. As Bus finds another one, continue to grow. Emrek still holding that FC, 800 combo in.
Man, this map, just watching it, I'm just like, this would be so tough to play. The AR9, 215 BPM, the density, the awkwardness of those angles. Oh man, such a tough map to combo. Emrek is doing it though. And all the players as well, building up these recoveries. This tough section. Everybody's just crushing it. Emrek is going to be the one to break. Matched by Milbus and Atkins and Teta. Full reset. That's kind of a good thing though if you're speed builders, because you are the one with the lead. These awkward linears. And now speed builders just need to hold on this 36k score lead. Try to not find too many misses. Teta finding some herself. Nice lead here.
Fortunately, too many misses coming out of Atkins here. And Emrek just completely unanswered. 60k, nearly 70k ahead of Atkins in the score department. Just comfortably taking this AM5.
This time once again, Teta on pace has already improved her scoreline. Emrek, I think a little bit of a drop down. Didn't get as big of a combo, building up this nice recovery. But it's really the difference maker this time is Yo, who underperformed relative to their last play by a lot. As Emrek basically ending off on the same score, Teta 30k score better, and Atkins 60k score worse. Milbus also stepped down, so maybe Yo losing some steam here after that 7-4 win, and now they're down 5-2. Speed builders just need 2 more points to take this one, as they have all the momentum in the world here.
We are going to see that Control 2 coming out for the side of Team EO. Was in one of those maps that wasn't very convincing. I think they've noticed the trend that Teta is definitely locked in on these aim maps. Try, and I guess just get into a map that you can't combo through.
Now they did win this map by 60k last time, but when you include the fact that the combination of no fail and difficulty adjust essentially quarters the score of this map compared to the normal million, that 60k score lead is closer to 240k, so decently convincing. Teta had a really rough time playing this last time, but with how Teta's been playing, I'm really going to be not surprised to see her improve it, but it's going to need to be both an improvement from Teta and Emrek. Big part for Yo is just going to be keeping that same level of play we saw last time. Because, for example, had they repeated their score on that aim 5 just then, they would have still won against speed builders. So they need to keep up their chins. They're down 2-5. It's their pick, so kind of must win, I would say, because if they lose this, guarantees tiebreak for speed builders with plenty of chances to end it before then. So really, really important pick here for Yo.
No early intro breaks, but Teta is down on that accuracy in comparison to the rest of the lobby. You can see, I believe, 2 or 3 people breaking at the intro.
Yeah, I mean, this was a map last time we saw so many just kind of random misses, like away from the hard parts. Like, this is kind of where you'd expect to see misses, and Teta is going to be the one to miss here on one of those sliders, as Yo, big score lead because of this act differential from Teta. And it's already looking tough to recover from the speed builders, with Emilbus and Atkins still holding. And Emrek missing! I mean, it's still plenty of time left, but it's almost over already with Atkins and Emilbus locking in for this must-win pick.
Now, finally going to see that Emilbus break, but Atkins still holding that FC, nearly 800 combo in now. getting to the slower section. The Atkins hopefully not miss here. We did see a miss in this slow section. I believe it was Heather last time, so 50k advantage too, Team Yo.
Really good score from Atkins here. Not just in the combo, but highest act in the lobby as well. Gotta dial in here. These patterns, these cuts, really easy to miss if you're not super focused, especially in CS5. Atkins keeps it together. Nobody missing on that section. Hedda gonna find a break, but I mean, if Atkins is holding, it really almost doesn't matter what speed builders do. Does miss on the side-to-side jumps, but already 69k split the lead. Not much of the map left. Emil Bus does break. MREC now the only big combo left, but minute left of the map.
Very large score deficit to try and claw back, and what is seemingly less than a minute of the map left, and not too much help from the side of Teta. I don't think there's really going to be any time to do anything here.
And this 60k, basically the equivalent of 240k score lead. Simply too much to get through, even with some MREC heroics towards the end here. Does break as well, so that seals the deal. Yo will be taking this pick, and are not going to send it to match point just yet. This time the players are hitting those ticks. Ted dropping right there. There we go. Really solid performance. An improvement from both teams, but that gap pretty similar from last time. Actually, a little bit larger. Speed builders.
Just popping off on that one.
Yeah, I mean, really good combo. And comparatively, he had a 573 combo last time with some unfortunate breaks intermittently, so really big improvement. I wonder, I mean, I think if you're gonna pick the gimmick forward, this is around the time you start to think of doing it if that was a tool in your arsenal. What do we go for here? For aim maps, you still have aim 3 and aim 4 left, so choice between 6.5 mechanics precision or more traditional DT aim. Both options I could imagine them going for, but obviously it's a question of how comfortable they're on the 6.5 or the high AR, very high AR actually, 10.5 DT. Obviously it's going to be fine for MREC, but not as sure for Teta.
Taking their time. Think about this one. Honestly, I kind of feel like the gimmick for it, but they will choose the aim for actually.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, how Ted's been on aim, I just think the aim pool is sort of working the best for them. Don't really know if you want to go back into the tapping or the control at this point. It's going to be the DT. So we didn't see this last time, and this is one of the shortest maps in the pool, 2:18, 250 BPM, AR 10.5, some awkward slider jumps, which with the DT mechanics and the approach rate, a bit more awkward than your traditional DT1 type map. So for this one, between Emmerich and Atkins, I could see either FCing. I could also see either just having some silly miss in the middle and just tanking their score. Both are very possible. The curiosity is between Emilbus and Teta, who is more comfortable. I honestly don't know. 10.5 pro trading, not something you often see in tournaments, but is something you see sometimes in sort of grand final stages. Does take a different type of DT player to be comfortable at the drop of a hat, moment's notice. Just get right into it.
Emmerich entering the lobby now. 20 seconds left to go on that timer. Stalling it out a little bit, but we will be getting into this aim 4 now.
Man. I wonder how it feels to be the best player in the world at a skill set and having to play that skill set in a tournament. Like, you are the DT aim guy. So you're kind of expected to play the best, as he is already the only FC left. Immediately in that intro, everybody finding a miss. Teta finding some more struggles, and Atkins as well, you know, not too hot on the act right now. We'll probably look to improve that. Teta building up as well. As Emmerich, both on the combo and the accuracy. Most capable one here. Atkins dropping again, not the player you'd expect on the side of Yo. Find these misses, another miss from Atkins. So lots of pressure on Emilbus here to try to keep things together for his team, as Teta as well. Building back up, and Emmerich near SS.
Emmerich just looking way too comfortable in comparison to the rest of the lobby. Emilbus only found that break at the very beginning and is doing his best, but unfortunately does find that break now. And that is going to be a full combo reset on the side of the team here. And Teta Emmerich just absolutely taking this one with storming right now. Emmerich, 99.7% accuracy.
It's just, he's one of those players, I'm looking at the sack, I'm not even surprised. Teta finds the miss after a really, really big combo. Good effort to build some lead. But, I mean, this is Emmerich doing what he does. He is a maestro at this. He is the best player in the world at this. As Emilbus finds another miss. Really surprised to see Atkins finding more misses than I'd expect from him on a pick like this. But 60k, scoring a lead for speed builders, chest building. You're just watching a master at work here. Like, I could just be cursing him, but I am entirely confident Emmerich will go the distance on this FC. Over 1,000 combo now. Got a couple 100s. Atkins, Teta, Emilbus all finding misses. Just Emmerich left on this aim 4.
And Emmerich,
oh, some act drops.
looking like he's going to keep up that theme of FCing. Another one. Did lose like over 1% accuracy at the end there on that slow section. Almost missing, but does fairly comfortably take that FC again. And now we are going to see 3-6 to the favor of speed builders. Now, that does guarantee at worst we are going to see a tiebreaker. And what do you have left in the bag if you're Team Yo?
Well, you have that tap 1 to lean back into. And now that you cannot miss a point, gotta pick something that is proven to work. And tap 1 did, but not by a huge margin, because Emmerich did almost FC it. Really was the Teta difference. Oh, actually, no, they lost that one. I forgot. They lost that pick because they chain missed the ending. However, it's something definitely to consider repicking if they can repeat a performance like they did from yesterday. Control 1. Yes, this is another pick that went pretty well for them. They won it by about 70k. Emmerich got the best score in the lobby with a near FC. But this was the one where the difference between Teta and Emilbus, I think, was the highest. This is where you feel the pressure though, going forward if you're Yo. Your route to victory needs to be 4 wins in a row. No mistakes, no drop maps. Speed builders have a lot of wiggle room here. Gonna be the first to miss on that intro. I'm honestly surprised nobody missed on it last time in the introduction.
Atkins missing at the start though again. Really not what you want to see. If this is a must-win pick, you need to try and hold any form of combo. Emerald Boss dropping 2, already a full combo reset on the side of Yo. Atkins finding another one. Emrek, interestingly, will find that break as well. Now it's Head of the only large from the lobby. She will find that break also.
Emrek missing there is big for speed builders, because if this ends up panning out like it did last time, there's going to be a lot of ground for Emrek presumably to try to cover. Lost by Teta. And Milbus and Atkins also having some struggles, but that's kind of fine for them if all teams have some issues, as they're 30k in the lead. Largely off of Milbus and Atkins both being very comfortable on the tapping here.
Score just comfortably in the lead right now, but they do see an Milbus break. That's still 55k, 56k, and growing. Header's accuracy causing a lot of struggles for Emrek to try and pick up. Atkins does find that break now as well, but Emrek will match it, unfortunately, immediately after winning the score. Fairly decisive already, 70k the difference, only a minute left to go.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's basically impossible to recover this for speed builders. It is Yo's pick, and they did not falter under the pressure. They are performing as they need to win this one. And pace for a pretty decisive one here. Last time, I think at this point, Emrek might have still been full comboing. But even if he was, I don't know if might not have been enough still. Atkins holding the biggest combo in this ending section.
And the lead by far the biggest score deficit we've seen tonight, 130k. And a super convincing win for the side of Yo there. Definitely something you need to try and swing that momentum back towards your way. 4-6 now.
Really good win for Yo. It's what they needed. Speed builders, it's gonna be their last pick, regardless of the outcome. So where do you go here? You've won every map in the aim pool. It's just aim 3 left of precision. And honestly, that's kind of where I'd maybe be looking at. If they are okay with the precision aspect. Obviously a little bit worrying with Atkins and Milbus both being pretty solid Hard Rock players, but aim's treated them well so far. And other than that, I mean, I don't really think you want to go tapping. You don't really want to go control. It's probably gimmick 4 if it's not going to be something like the aim 3. Unless they want to lean into low AR, but considering they haven't picked it at any point in the previous 2 matches, I doubt they're going to start now. Liberating on this last pick. They've been taking their time with some of these last picks here, and I kind of understand it. Lots of pressure in the grand finals. It is going to be the aim 3. Like to see this. Just keep going with the aim. It's been, I think, Ted's strongest skill set, especially in this second match. And Amrak not too shabby on the aim himself, so really the only wild factor is the precision. I mean, in either of these two matches, we haven't seen 6.5 or even CS6. The Control 5 being the other precision pick of that nature. It's a little bit of an unknown.
Entire lobby has actually left, so everyone unpracticed on this, it seems, and trying to get a little bit of play in.
Now, as far as I recall, this was a pretty standard map in terms of its mapping. It's some big aim, like some pretty space jumps for 6.5. So holding a big combo is going to be very, very tough. And I mean, the nerves as well with big jumps on 6.5 with the match on the line. Gonna need to be a bit of a closer to hold a combo. One worrying thing for me with this pick for speed builders is with how hard this map is going to be to combo. If it ends up being a case where everyone in the lobby is just struggling to get above 400, 500 combo on any recoveries as well, it's going to maybe come down a little bit to an ACK war, and it's just going to be really hard for speed builders to win any ACK war ever. With Emilbus and Atkins both being very good ACK players and Teda finding some struggles. So, will need to be combo for speed builders to win this one. Fortunately, both Teda and Emmerich good in that regard.
I mentioned we are seeing a double SS on Yo at the moment, and Emmerich Teda down at the moment on that ACK department, but we will first break come out of Emilbus actually. Teda struggling in that ACK though, so still lowest score in the lobby.
Teda going to find a couple misses. A factor to consider as Atkins dropping the lone FC on Yo and Emilbus as well. And man, if there is ever a nerve check on aim, it's a map like this, man. The level of precision and aim mastery you need to go deep on a map like this. Everybody finding misses constantly. And this is kind of what I was worried about, is this being just an impossible to combo map. And the ACK losses hurting both players, but Emmerich. Just wonder with how long this map is, how far can Emmerich go with this combo? Here we go, 420 combo for Emmerich. Speed builders have the score lead for now. Teda finding some ACK struggles, but the Emilbus, not in that 99-98 range, so closer to Teda than usual. All the players are building back up. All eyes on the top right of the screen. The most important combo here could decide the outcome of this entire match. So we're past the halfway point. And Emmerich misses! Does find that drop as everybody else is holding, and now that score lead is going to very slowly diminish as Atkins does find a miss. And Emilbus right after! Teda to hold! Look at this shaky aim. Can't expect this combo to go for too long, but every bit counts. Does find a miss. But now it's a little bit of a scrap here towards the end as players finding misses left and right. Every effort counts, especially with this ACK scoring. Teda really struggling on some of these bigger space jumps, but Emilbus is as well. And speed builders still have that 15k score lead held onto by Emrek with this recovery. Atkins doing some work as well. Speed builders need to close this one out. Another double miss from Atkins and Emilbus, and that just might do it. There's not much of the map left. Emrek, though, with a break in Teta right after, does give Yo a little bit of an opening, a little bit of a window, but would need some more misses from the side of Speed Builders. Is that score lead, instead of going towards Yo, it's going away from them. They find some more misses. Held in place now. And Speed Builders just need a nice solid effort to go across the finish line here. I think they've done it. Speed Builders are their ANZT13 Summer Champions as they do a reversal on Yo, winning this match 7-4 after losing the first one 7-4. And with a really big improvement from Emrek and FCing 5 maps, Teta with some of the most clutch performances, a huge FC on that aim 2 with the Hard Rock. Some really big improvements as well on the aim. There we go.
They are going to play
GGs,
tiebreaker though, so hang around for that one. I actually have to unload the tiebreaker. My fault, guys.
But man, really good effort from Atkins and Emilbus as well. Won the first match in convincing fashion. Really just came down to overall a big improvement from Speed Builders in this second match. Yeah, man, really good effort.
But saying a second badge in 10 years, so
Let's
big
go.
congratulations to her.
I think Teda's last badge it's a 2016 badge. 2016. Wow, so it is a 10-year gap, man. Not often you see something like that. That's pretty sweet.
Yeah, definitely not an often thing to see, so very exciting. Huge congratulations to Teta and Emrek, and very well fought by Atkins and CatCat. Doing their best in taking that bracket reset, but fortunately Emrek just came back and Teta came back and they weren't playing around anymore. Teta FCing 2 A maps and then Emrek FCing just about everything else.
Here we go. Get to see a 4-fun tiebreaker. Now, I believe Emrek does have rank 1 on the leaderboard on this map with a
Yeah, he does.
hidden SS. Obviously, you won't see the SS here. You also have Slider Rack to worry about, but yeah, just get a nice, enjoyable tiebreaker. I believe this was pretty much just a mechanics-focused tiebreaker. Some aim, some tapping. This was custom map for semi-finals OWC season 2024. And Teta just dropping her pen for a little bit, but it doesn't really matter. It's for fun. Yeah, as we wind down on this tiebreaker, to say some thanks to all of the staff for this iteration of ANZT, all the people towards it. Ferrybread, especially for hosting. All of the map poolers for making these pools, especially with the challenge, man, of Laser. So many interesting options, so many possibilities. Lots of very unique things done map pooling wise as Atkins finds the miss, Emrek only FC. All the streamers, commentators, Lust especially on the streams, Streaming basically all of the remaining, late stage matches. Lots of effort goes into that behind the scenes. And thanks to all the staff and all the players as well, making a great tournament. Emrek holding on to this full combo. Does miss though, as I curse him. My bad. Talking.
Oh my. Laser not liking that one. But yeah, as Woody was saying, a huge thank you to the ANZT team this year. Being the first ANZT on Laser, it does come with its challenges, and I mean, obviously some players have mentioned their distresses and issues with Laser, but overall it has been run very well, and as is always the theme with Summer, mixing it up, throwing some wild cards in there to try and keep ANZT fresh, On the 13th ANZT, it does, the 13th year I should say of ANZTs, does get hard to not mix up the formula every now and then, but
low key, like if the players ever did play it for a fun thing, I kind of just want to see what Emrek would have gotten on Gimmick 3. How much screaming did he do? I think I was I ended up playing that map for like over 2 hours straight, just destroying my brain learning those patterns.
I'm the biggest gimmick hater, so I'm glad we didn't see too much gimmick. Unfortunately,
Look, it's
that gimmick
if you don't, I mean, the Gimmick 2 was the barrel roll. I can understand just from a dizziness factor. Emrek, big recovery combo here. He still might have just one missed in the middle. I don't know how close the scoreline would have been in a hypothetical TB, because Teta did kind of just stop playing for a bit, but I still think Mealbus would have outmatched her, but did not end up playing the tiebreaker. As Teta, GG, well played. Once again, congratulations, Speed Builders, for winning this iteration of ANZT. Really amazing plays by Emrek and Teta at the stretch there. Mealbus Atkins for getting second, and Drox and Zintex yesterday for getting third overall. Yeah, I think that is pretty much all there is to say. It's going to be us from Vordy and Lust. See you all in roughly 4 to 5 months.
See you all then.